Hey guys, how are you? I am driving home, but I got a crazy schedule tonight, so I wanted to check in with you for our day 12. So, the topic, we're kind of talking about meal planning and things like that this week, and the topic focused for today is meal hacks and having food snacks and healthy things around. So, I want to share 2 tips, and then you could scoot into the program or jump or click on the workbook. It's in the unit section if you want to go through it totally. But the hack I want to share is there's 2 tips. When we have sugar cravings, those are oftentimes things that happen because we are kind of at the edge, right? We are to a point that our body has been depleted of certain things, whether it was actual fuel, our hunger, we might have stress, right? So our stress levels are up, and we need something to fix it. We look for a sugar craving to sometimes it adjusts our mood, right? We get that sugar high. Carbs, things like that, right? They fill us up real fast, so it's like that quick fill. We burn it off fast, so we have to remember that. Or we just have that sweet tooth. We've kind of customized ourselves to being satisfied by it. Very dangerous, very, very dangerous, because sugar cravings make us eat fast, maybe eat the wrong things, and then always make us need to eat again. So it's kind of a cycle. It's in a hamster wheel. You just keep going. As we talk about that, one of the main things that can offset that is to make sure that you have enough protein in your diet. So this is kind of a hack for you. One of the top ways to curb a sugar craving is to make sure that your protein levels are enough, that you are full, right? That you're satisfied. And there's a whole lot, I'm not going to go sciencey, but there's a whole lot of different things that your body responds to with a protein in terms of your happiness, your stress, right? It doesn't trigger negative emotions, and it doesn't add to stress. It kind of counters it. It will help you be more emotionally balanced. And I think protein in general, and I think I said this one, it fills us up more, but it is something that it takes us longer to burn off. So it's gonna stick with us, I guess, in a good way. So when we think about those 2 things, my food hack is always to make sure that you're paying attention to what you're putting in your mouth in terms of the sugars, because if you're using like simple carbs, and like the white breads and things like that, I don't know if I said that right. If you're using things like that, even like pretzels, things like that, you might feel satisfied, but those things aren't going to stick with you, and you're going to peak and valley. Your sugar levels are going to peak and valley, and you're going to be coming back for more. So you want to be careful with that. That is something that in my 4-week jumpstart, that is a main goal, one of the main goals. And I'm not talking about going keto, guys. I'm just talking about paying attention to our sugar levels versus our protein levels. And there's lots of ways you can get protein. I'm not talking about just eating a piece of chicken. There's lots of ways to get protein that help us. One of my ways is I love to have a cup of tea, but almost like a chai tea version. What I do is I take my almond milk and I will make maybe about a half a cup in the microwave. Like I'll heat it up, and then I just add the rest of my hot water to that, and I use my essential oils. And I'm going to do a sample video tomorrow, so I'd like you to check in. I have a frother, and what it does is it kind of thickens it up and it aerates it a little. It mixes everything together, and that is something that it doesn't have the sugar. I flavor it with the essential oils. It's got protein, and it fills me up. And it especially for this time of year, right? It's really comfy, cozy, and it's very, very satisfying. So think about that versus, grabbing some pretzels or some different things that might be more leaning towards that sugar side, maybe even candy or, lifesavers. All those things kind of are in that arena. Even though they might seem small, they still yield that same effect. So pay attention to that stuff, because I think those 2 simple things, paying attention to the side effects of eating sugar and what it does to you, it makes you go back for more faster, and the benefits of substituting protein into that. So when you're planning your, I'm going to turn the main light on. When you're planning your snacks, make sure you lean towards that. It's not that I don't love vegetables, but I will say anytime you can get protein, and that is like yesterday I shared the hummus and things like that, those are the things that are going to fill you up a little more. I'll be honest, guys, truth disclosure, munching on a bunch of carrots does nothing for me. It does not fill me up. It does not satisfy me. You have to make sure that you have flavors in there. I personally like a little texture, and absolutely get those proteins up. So that's my trick for food hacks and healthy tips. And I will catch you tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye.